Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo video where we're doing a time trial video. Yes, it's week 20 of the year and it's a time trial at Brands Hatch, even though we're at Brands Hatch in a daily race. We're in a Nissan Silvia S14 Aero. There's a lot of words after Nissan, let's put it that way. Comfort soft tyres. I've put the difficulty at medium. Fourth gear is your best friend here and a gold estimate of around a 146.7. That time in terms of rank 1 is going to come down a lot. I saw so much time in my lap even. In fact, it was very frustrating to do. Now, if you're doing this, if you do enjoy this video, I'm sorry, I will get it out there. Do give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, stay in touch with all the latest content. And apologies, this video being slightly later. It's GCSE's time, it's very busy at work. Let's jump straight into the lap guide then. As we head towards turn 1, you got the boards on the left-hand side, okay? The two board that I've highlighted right there is your brake marker. Now, you're going to see the leaders drop to third gear. I highly recommend you don't do that if you are just trying to get gold. Stay in fourth gear. It's a lot more stable. Third gear would create more instability, and that's why I said fourth gear is your best friend. As you come through here, don't even have to accelerate straight away. Let the car roll a little bit to make sure you do make the corner. Heading towards Druid Zen on the left-hand side, we've got the orange or red painted barrier, whichever colour it looks like on your screen. That is my brake marker. Literally, I'm about to hit the brakes right now, and we can see that on chase cam right here. You can see the brake lights are just about to come on. And literally, nice, easy brake marker. I dropped second gear to get a bit of rotation, then I short shift to third gear. Now, you do short shift this car anyway. I'll explain that on the straight. We continue on out of here then, and we head toward Graham Hill. And on the right-hand side, we've got the green or the walnut board there. Both of them are your markers. Now, you want to brake in a straight line and then release the brakes and turn in. The car will oversteer. It's all about making sure you do not correct the oversteer too much, or you don't oversteer too much, if that makes sense. So as you turn in, let the car do its thing and then accelerate. Notice how stable it looked right there. That's the sort of thing you want. So I brake, I turn in. If I've got oversteer, just let the car catch itself, but keep turning into it. Okay. This next one, the left-hander. On the right-hand side, the one board and the green. Again, this seems to be a common marker here, doesn't it? So this one, you want to brake late, okay? You want to brake deep into this corner. So I'm braking just after this leaves the screen, and I'm staying on the outside initially, okay? And look how far out wide I am. The car rotates to come in, and then looking for the white line there, the sector line. Now, as long as I'm aiming towards the curb here, and I'm not understeering, accelerate now. You've seen that line. You accelerate. You go at this moment, okay? If you go, you're going to get a fantastic run onto the straight, and that is exactly what you're after. So do that, okay? There we go. We accelerate on, no dramas, no nothing. We're just on here and we're accelerating. Where that white bar is, in between the miles per hour and the gear number there, that is your change, okay? That's where you change, right there. Unless you're not going to change again. So we're staying fourth gear here as we head to the right-hander here at Hawthorns. So, orange painted barrier or red or the green on the right-hand side is your brake marker. Now, this corner, quite tricky. I try and stay at 85 miles an hour in this corner. So, I'm going to hit the brakes hard, release, let the car slide a little bit. And then what I want to do is aim for 85. Once I get to 85, I start to accelerate. I drop to 83 because by the time I hit 100%, that's where it had gone to. Just be careful with that one. But 85 is sort of my target. For this right-hander, this is where it gets tricky. This is a hard corner. So, the red painted barrier on the left-hand side is your brake marker. Now, I'm in fourth gear here, but I dropped to third gear. You get a tiny bit more rotation, but don't drop to third gear straight away. So I'm going to go on the brakes and then to third gear, okay? Don't do it at the same time. The car will just spin out. You just want a bit of stability first, and even more so as we go up here. So I short shifted to fourth gear there, and as we go through Dingle Dell, on the right-hand side is the one board. Now, you can see I've just started braking right now, so it's not at the one board. It's before it, excuse me. So brake here. And we're in fourth gear. We want the car to rotate initially, and once we've got that rotation, then we drop to third gear. So there we go. Notice how it already got the rotation, then third gear. I try and stay at 80 miles an hour. That's the supreme speed to do if you can. And as you come through here on the right-hand side, you got the bigger catchments there to protect the marshals. That is your brake marker for this left-hander. You can actually brake quite late for this one, so you can brake after the first marshal there on the right-hand side. That's what I'm going to try and do here. Stay towards the right-hand side, okay, as we get towards the next marshal there and turn in. Use all of the inside there. It's cambered that corner. It will help you get round as we accelerate towards the final corner then. Once again, shift in at the halfway point on that bar. So as we head towards the last corner, on the left-hand side, you got that green barrier there, okay? That is your brake marker. You are going to brake literally as that hits the edge of your screen. Now, with this corner, you can do fourth gear or third gear. Now, I'm going to do fourth to third on this particular lap, but I started doing fourth gear afterwards, and it actually helped out massively. Notice I got to third gear there, but notice I did it very late. Again, it's stability. Well, fourth gear, I'd argue, potentially a bit quicker. I was playing with it the entire time I was doing this. And I was getting frustrated, actually, because this is a 144.6, and I had a very low 44 in me, so it was really frustrating I didn't do it. I'm going to show you a pad lap now then. So we're following, I think it's Dan Holland's actually Ghost up ahead as we go through here. My Ghost is available. You can check it out. If you look down in the 0.6s, I am there. As we come up here then, we're going to go hard on the brakes at that red painted barrier. Now, the pad, I would argue, is actually easier than the wheel to do this one. You're noticing here, we are keeping up with the Ghost, even though I hardly ever use the pad. 0.4 sector 1 there is not too bad, to be honest with you. You are looking for a 0.2 or a 0.1 if you're after the top times, but 0.4 is fine. Most people will be happy with that. So on the right side, the one board there, that's what we're using. Staying on the outside, allowing the car to come in, and then we want to accelerate the second we get vision of that white line. There we go, get a good run through that corner. Again, we can just breathe now. Halfway on that bar, we shift there, and we go up to 4th gear. And all we're now thinking about is the next braking point, which is on the right-hand side. It's the red painted barrier. Where is it? There it is, hard on the brakes. We release the brakes then, aiming for 85. We start accelerating when we see 85, and it drops to 83 again. But look, we made the corner absolutely fine. Left-hand side, red painted barrier, hard on the brakes. We dropped to 3rd gear as we go into here. We dropped to 3rd gear without turning there. It's a bit dangerous, but it remains stable this time. Easier to catch on a pad, though, as well, as we go up through Dingle Dell and the one board on the right side. And we turn in 3rd gear. Again, trying to maintain 80 miles an hour there as we continue on towards the left-hander. Hard on the brake where the marshals are. Through this cambered corner we go. And this is exactly the same as the wheel lap. I've got to be honest. There is no difference to how you handle this car. Arguably, and I said it just before, the pad is easier. We noticed Dan Holland uses all of the left-hand side there. I did try that, actually. It is faster, to be honest with you, because in this car, and I am going to talk about tips on the chase cam, you are wanting the widest line possible. It will reduce that oversteer that this car suffers with. This was a 45.4, definitely 44 is possible on a pad. As we go to chase cam, and ABS is on weak, if you did wonder here. As we continue on through there, look how much of the track we use. So again, looking for the left, or looking at the red basically. Red on barriers is a good marker to always point out. So a couple of tips to look at in this car. Lower gears will rotate the car more, cause instability essentially. But the higher gears it can accelerate with because it's got a turbo, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. Notice here, we're letting the car slide a little bit, then we catch it and continue on. We actually use too much of the outside of the circuit here. Now, again, you've got to use a lot of the circuit with this car. The more the circuit you use, the easier it will be. So it's all to do with weight transfer. When you go hard on the brakes, obviously the weight shifts to the front of the car, meaning the rear of the car doesn't have much weight over it, which is why it starts to oversteer. If you drop a gear, it causes more stability issues because the engine, etc., and the diff, and it just causes a lot of more issues in terms of weight transfer. That's why you do not change gear straight away in this car. You stay in the same gear you need, and then as you come off the brakes, then do that. Okay, so like here, for example, we drop then a little bit later on in the braking phase. It's absolutely fine with that. Going into turn 2, Druids, I came down the gears quickly. It caused a lot more instability. As you're coming into here, for example, 4th, then 3rd, as we've already got the rotation we need, and then we can accelerate through it. So we stay in 3rd gear. We don't change the 4th there because we're staying in 3rd as we go through this corner. The key things to really pick out here, use all of the circuit. We saw on the pad lap, Dan Holland using all of the left-hand side, including the grass there. And it is actually the fastest way to do this corner because you maximize the width of the circuit and you gain an extra mile an hour. Okay, as we're going to head towards the line now and get this lap done. So I'd say key things to take from this lap then is use all of the circuit. Short shift, halfway on the bar, and only drop gears where you need to rotate. Can you do a lap always in 4th gear? I don't know. I might try it at some point just to see if you can get the gold time because it's, I'm going to guess, very much possible. You do want to rev the car a little bit, I'd say to halfway there, and you can't actually get into the red line in this car. That's going to be it though for this video. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. But that's going to be it for me, folks. A big thank you for watching. Last week's time trial guide is there. 2 companies that helped me out massively. You can check out in the description and get discounts. But I'm going to say au revoir, farewell, goodbye, and I hope to see you in another video live stream again very soon.